Good morning, my brothers and sisters, and all my friends from all over the world. This morning we are going to conclude the Madhu Vidya, the second river of this holy trilogy of Bharat Vidya. We concluded Brahm Vidya with the sacred mantra of knowing thyself, to know thyself, and all what we see all around, the whole wisdom and the whole knowledge, as we have known, the kingdom is within. The kingdom of God is within. The God is within. And through knowing ourselves, we establish the communication link with our divinity inside. Once we have plugged in and connected our consciousness, our conscious mind with this divine being inside, which knows all, which is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent, which is the non-local consciousness. And when our local consciousness, which is our conscious mind, the neocortical consciousness, when we link it, when we connect it with the greatest source, the greatest cosmic source, the divine within, the soul, the Atma. And Atma is the image of God. And that is why we have these two names, Atma and Paramatma, Supreme Atma, the Supreme Soul, the God. So once we have connected with the Supreme Source inside, the God within, then we are empowered. Then we are empowered as a universal being. So we have to apply that knowledge, the Brahm Vidya, to create heaven around, to create the ecosystem of peace, progress, and prosperity for one and all. And how we do that? Through universal cooperation, through the second river of this holy confluence of Bharat Vidya. So we do it through Madhu Vidya, the second river of wisdom. And Madhu Vidya is based on the sacred mantra of universal cooperation. Universal cooperation which is generated through the universal unity. The universal unity of hearts and minds of all the humanity. Or if we are having a small project, then maybe a group of the people, a group of scientists putting their hearts and minds together. As we are doing in every laboratory, research laboratory, and now with the international projects, like we have one in great experiment of the collider, particle collider, based in the underground tunnels of Alps mountains in Switzerland, to find the gold particle. We have another one, the great example, the great project, international project, to understand and to apply the power of sun, the atomic fusion. We have known the fission, we have known how to break it, now we want to join it, to generate and find the infinite source of energy and a perpetual eternal source of energy like our Sun God, the Sun. So we could join the minds and hearts of a group, depends on kind of the project we have at hand. But if we want to create the greatest divinity and unfold the greatest novelty, then we must join our hearts and minds all over the planet, like the family of God, the Vasudeva Kutamka. So the basic foundation of Madhu Vidya is universal unity. And out of this universal unity, the universal cooperation is born. And the whole essence of Madhu Vidya is the self-realization that all is interconnected. There is universal interconnectedness and the interdependence of everything in the material world. There is no separation. There is nothing like separate entity. To believe in separatism is the greatest illusion, what Maya is called, the grand illusion, which is known as Maya in the wisdom tradition of ancient India. Anyone, any consciousness who believes in separatism is mistaken. Because the whole ground of material creation and the material universe is based on universal interconnectedness and interdependence. And that is why we have the butterfly effect. Like if a butterfly will flap the wings here in Delhi, the effect will travel till the end of the universe. This is one of the example of universal interconnectedness. So we know that there is universal interconnectedness and universal interdependence. So then why don't we make the best out of it? And how to make the best out of it is through Madhu Vidya, the science of Madhu Vidya. But everything, let me tell you, the mysterious part is that everything is Brahm Vidya. Everything begins inside us. Because we have our personal God within our body. We have, and we could have a connection with it. And we could establish a permanent communication channel with our divinity within. That is the greatest truth of this existence. So how it happens? How Madhu Vidya is born? And Madhu Vidya is born with the great ground of truth, and that is when we focus our mind, as it is done by a yogi or a scientist or anyone who has something to do on his hand. When we focus our mind, all our faculties of our human mind and all our imagination and all our visionary ideas and everything comes together in one point. When we focus our mind, we are creating universal unity in our own mind. With the idea and with the background, the truth of universal interconnectedness and the universal interdependence, that one thought leads to another thought. So we bring everything together, we focus our mind with the help of dharana. This is part of the Sanyam Yoga, the three last organs of yoga, the advanced state. of the yogi. So dharana and dhyan is the meditation. Through meditation, after we focus our mind with the help of the dharana, with the help of I want to do it, the resolution and the intention, and through meditation, we explore all the dimensions of the thought on our hand, of any problem. And when we could focus all our faculties of the mind through meditation, we could reach to Samadhi. And in the state of Samadhi, we separate from the whole phenomena and we become observer. And then we watch the great show in front of our Dharmakaya, in front of our divine being. And we connect with our divine being within in the state of Samadhi. And then we see the world as it is. And the great example about this Samadhi state is that when you see a placid lake in the morning time or in the evening time, and you take a photograph, and if there is not a single ripple at the surface of the water, it becomes like a mirror. And when you develop the photograph, you cannot say which is upside and which is downside and which is up and down. It is as good as that. You see everything so clearly. And not only that you see the play of the whole universe in your Dharmakaya, in your lake of your mind. But you also see your own problems at the bottom. And that is a gift. That is a bonus of Samadhi. So you could see your own problems at the bottom. And you could keep on advancing and keep on working as a Brahma Yogi. So this doctrine of focusing our mind and all the faculties of our mind together as and establish the universal unity of all our mental faculties is the basis of Madhu Vidya. So in this state of unity, we connect with the divine being. Now we are going to extend this in the physical reality, in the physical world. So what we do? We bring all the people, all the village people together in one heart and mind, having one project that we have to build a source of water, we have to dig a well, or we have to build a dam on the water stream and create a lake. So everyone has a project. And everyone joins hands and minds together and they all become one. And they reach a state of Samadhi. For a few months they work on that project as the Brahma Yogis, the collective Brahma Yogi sadhana. So they all work there as one heart and one mind, one great organism, and the God exists within them, among them. They connect with the divine being, the universal consciousness. Through this unity, and a novelty is born. A divinity is unfolded. Through this unity, through this harmony, and through this pattern of the atoms, arrangement of the atoms in such a way that it creates unity and harmony. And then a new metamaterial is born, the new novelty is born, and there is a progressive unfolding of the divinity. And this is what the story of evolution is. This is what the evolution is. This is the process of the cosmic evolution. And when our minds and our ambitions join together, when whole of the elementary world was craving with this lotus urge that we would like to walk, we would like to put everything in action. This wisdom, what we feel, the consciousness, and all the elementary world was craving for it. A great novelty was born, and that is what the life is. A great divinity was created, materialized through this unity. So this is what the Madhu Vidya is. And the humanity has created all the material prosperity, all the technology, all the tools. To make a tool is three-step process. First is the mantra, when we express life with the words, which is Brahm Vidya. And then when we apply mantra through the geometric structures, through the material tools, material expression, it becomes Tantra. So when we express life with the numbers and geometric structures, it becomes Tantra. And when we apply Tantra, the Tantra is like an architect making the designs, the mind maps. And once we have done the map, the architect's map and plan and blueprint, then we can go on to build. So then it becomes a yantra, a machine, a system of movement, a perpetual movement. And this tool is a gift to the humanity. Everybody could use it, this tool. All what we need to do is to distribute it everywhere. And we could empower every human being. So mantra is Brahm Vidya. Tantra is Madhu Vidya. And when Madhu Vidya is in action as a yantra, we build the greatest jets, the Boeings, which carry more than 500 people as the passenger Boeings. And the whole humanity, there is a collective intelligence joined together. This is the greatest example of Madhu Vidya. The great Boeing flying in the sky, whenever you see that, that's an example of Madhu Vidya. So, through the Madhu Vidya, when we interconnect every mind and heart, we establish the interconnectedness, interdependence of these minds and hearts for that project. And a divinity is born. So, in every research laboratory, we are practicing Madhu Vidya. So like the Lockheed Corporation or the Boeing Corporation, in their research laboratories, all the scientists are put together as one unity. And through their unity of hearts and minds and their intelligence, a new novelty is born. So all our scientific instruments, like the Hubble telescope, the whole humanity has contributed to it. And that's the reason I don't believe in intellectual property rights. Because it is a relay race of the intelligence from one to another runner, like the food chain. So my dear brothers and sisters, this is what the Madhu Vidya is. So this morning we are concluding the Madhu Vidya. And this is the essence, the esoteric part, the gnostics of Madhu Vidya. And how it starts with our meditation and our Samadhi. When we establish the grand unity of our mind, mental faculties, and a new divinity is born in our Samadhi state. Same way, we practice Madhu Vidya with collectively with whole humanity. And when we do a small project like building flying airplanes, the rockets going to space, the ocean going cruise liners, and the transportation connections, and we have now reached to empower every human being for their cognitive apparatus. So we have eyes through the Hubble telescope to look in the deep space. We have empowered humanity with Madhu Vidya knowledge, the collective knowledge, the collective process of wisdom. And we have empowered every human being for communication tools like what we have now. And right now I'm using the Android phone. We have empowered. We could talk to, we could extend our hearing apparatus for miles and miles and miles and miles. And now we are trying to listen to the sounds and the vibrations coming from the space, deep space, and we are trying to find out if there is any life in the universe. We have not only extended that, but through the play of the 3D movies, we could feel little extra through our skin also. Through the sounds. So our cognitive apparatus is being empowered, and through making these yantras, these tools, we could distribute this power to whole humanity. And that is the essence of Madhu Vidya. We have to give it to humanity. So to distribute Brahm Vidya all over the planet, the great tradition of Ashwamedh Yajna was based on this truth, this great divine feeling of the wisdom tradition of India to distribute this wisdom to everyone. Because once you know the Madhu Vidya, based on Brahm Vidya, know thyself, once we connect with our divine within, then we come out of our prison of selfishness, of our concern with the self-security, our concern with our existential needs, and we become universal being. And the whole universal will, as Lord Jesus said to his apostles, the universe will clothe you, give you clothes, the universe will give you food and shelter. This is very true. It happens. The whole universe is waiting for you to become the universal being. My dear brothers and sisters, we conclude Madhu Vidya with this realization that we all are interconnected, that we all are one organism, that the whole universe is God in action. The universal interconnectedness and the universal interdependence calls upon us, calls upon the whole humanity to join our hearts and minds in one family of God, Vasudev Kutamkam. Until we don't do it, believe me, we are suffering from the grain delusion of Maya. This is what exactly the Maya is, the grain delusion, to believe in separate existence. There is nothing like separate existence. We all are together. We all are together on planet Earth. So we have to understand that planet Earth belongs to us. We must be cosmically responsible for our Mother Earth. for our planetary health, for our biosphere, for all the sentient beings, because we are the representatives of God here, and we are appointed by the evolutionary process as the apex of the great divine consciousness, because we have that power and potential to realize God within. We have that power and potential, and that is the reason we are appointed as the cosmic representatives of God upon earth. We have that responsibility, and we are not the masters. To become the masters of earth is an illusion again. That's a great illusion of Maya, which happens when you become so powerful. And that is the wisdom arrogance. So we have to be on this step 99. Never say we are the masters of planet Earth, but to say we are custodians of Mother Earth and all the biosphere and all the sentient beings and all the humanity, and we must be responsible for the future generations and our home, the cosmic home, Mother Earth. Thank you very much and have a beautiful day. Thank you very much.